Hello to all our magical listeners. We are Marie and Kate. Together, we love to chat about mindful magic. Mindful magic is intentionally, mindfully traveling through each day, each task, every little mundane thing you need to do with a magical mindset. Let's get magical and start this episode.
So we are going to dive in to magic in the kitchen with Marie. Marie's magic always hits the spot. This time she's serving up self-care soup with grounding sweet potatoes and herbs for protection and love. And you don't want to miss her nourishing tea for boundaries. Boundary tea, I love it. With lemon balm, sage, and chamomile to soothe and support you.
For a little extra whimsy, why not bless your stirring spoon? I know we all have that favorite spoon that we cook with. In Hawaii, it's like the big silver spoon, the big spoon. Kids get whacked with it sometimes too. You can still bless it. But why not bless your stirring spoon with an intention of peace? So every time you're stirring, you're just infusing whatever you're creating for yourself, your family, or friends. You're just putting all of that love in there because let's face it, at the end of the day, when you're cooking, that is love. Today, we're brewing up a little magic dedicated to nurturing you from the inside out. I prepared a special self-love tea blend filled with calming, heartwarming power of rose petals, lavender, and chamomile, designed to soothe, ground, and remind you of your innate worthiness. For something heartier, there's a self-love soup. It's a warm hug in a bowl that carries intentions of nourishment and joy. And to save you some time, we'll be sharing these recipes on our social media pages, so be sure to hop over there and check them out. Until then, remember to savor every sip and spoonful with intention. It's a magical act of self-love in itself.
Okay. Yep. And Marie, you mentioned you have the metal spoon. In Michigan, it's the wooden spoon, which was definitely used on my butt a few times when I was a kid. But ours is wooden, so I love that.
I just got to insert this right now because our tangents that we go off, but I got to do this one. When you talked about like paddling with the spoon, I mean, there's like corporal punishment and there is just rearing your children. I never spanked my son because I was beat as a kid, and I think a lot of my generation was, but I learned to do it differently. But now it's like the new generation, I don't know how parents are able to even handle some of the kids now. I've just seen so much, just even in my own neighborhood and out there and on social media, movies, everything. Like, bless you, newer parents who have kids that are just, they're out of control. I mean, Kate, I don't know. It does start with the parenting. So maybe parents are a little too soft. I'm going to say that because I'm a parent, you're a parent, and parents, teach your kids because they're out of control and they're irritating people. And if I had a wooden spoon, no, I won't beat other people's kids, but I might in my mind. Sorry, I might.
I totally agree with you, Marie, that people are too soft. I love that you feel that way because I do too. With Danny and I, like, we don't spank our kids either. We don't need to, but we set boundaries with them. They know what they can and cannot do. I think that you just take it a day at a time when it does get difficult, and routine and structure are just key.
They really are.
Yeah. And another thing too is helping your kids understand that all families are different. This is how our family is. This is how their family is. We need to respect everyone's differences, love each other for their differences, but we do things a certain way. So a day at a time, and structure and boundaries is how we do it.
Yeah. My son now is 24. I can't say that I know how it might be to raise like a 10-year-old now, but when he was little, there were video games, there were technologies that we didn't have when I was little, but taking away privileges worked miracles. And I was strict. You do this, you don't get this, period, until you can act better. You know,
Exactly.
it doesn't have to be it doesn't have to be super harsh, just matter of fact. And I think a lot of the newer parents, they're scared to say no to their kids.
And
Like, you need to. You're not doing them any service for setting them into adulthood if they think they just get everything automatically. It's
totally
just
agree.
not. You're actually doing them a great disservice.
Right. And you know what? We can be their friend later. You're Kavika now. You can be friends with him now.
And we are. And you know what? I have to say, um, my son has written me letters telling me how grateful he was that I was his mom and his dad. And he's just a great guy. And it does, I think, happen, you know, it does have a lot to do with who they are innately. You know,
Mhm.
he's just a beautiful soul to begin with. But I taught him at an early age, if there's an elderly person walking up to a store ahead of us, you better run up and open the door for them. And you
Yes.
wait. And he still does that. He opens doors. He's respectful, you know? Where has the respectfulness gone?
It's still here in my family. We're the
Yeah,
same. We're
still
exactly
with
the same
us.
way.
But
Yeah.
whew,
I
mm,
love that tangent. I'm glad we went off on that one.
yes, okay.
If anyone wants to hear more about, if you want to hear more about a parenting episode, about how Marie and I do it, or I did a whole chapter on angel magic with parenting, and I love that subject. So if anyone wants us to go more in depth, just comment and let us know. We would love to do that. But back to kitchen witch magic. Practicing mindful magic in the kitchen can transform even the simplest of tasks into moments of joy and intention. Your kitchen is your magical health altar. By mindfully cooking, each chop, stir, and spice added becomes a deliberate act of creating something special. Whether you're blending herbs or a soothing tea or simmering a comforting soup, infusing intention and gratitude elevates the experience. I love that. Your intention plus gratitude always. I always infuse gratitude into everything. Your daily tea can become a magical ritual, stirring in self love, protection, or abundance as you steep and sip. It's a reminder that everyday moments hold the power to connect us with ourselves, our desires, and a touch of magic.
I love that. I really love that the kitchen is your magical health altar. No matter whose kitchen it is, if you share a kitchen, you make it your space when you're doing your cooking and even cleaning, that it I turn it into a magical workspace. Everything I'm making. Okay, you've seen like the automatic chopping things for onions and stuff. I love my chef's knife. I love taking my knife, sharpening it, using my wooden cutting board. And it's intentional chopping. And I'm just thinking and infusing and blessing my food as I'm making it. You know, it's as simple as that. And it's become routine and second nature.
Agreed. And I always invite my ancestors and my guides to be there with me. I agree with you. I create that space. I create that magical space when I cook because especially when I have like a new recipe or like my soups, I love to make it an experience. Why not enjoy it? You're going to be in the kitchen for 2 hours. You
Yeah.
might as well set the vibe is what Dahlia and I call it.
Yeah. I love it. I put on Billie Holiday or some old jazz. I'm just that 40s, 30s and 40s style
Me
jazz.
too.
Oh,
I do
yeah.
too. I'm not
See? I'm
surprised.
not surprised at all. So speaking of cooking with intention and stuff, I'm going to do a shameless plug here for kitchenwitchhawaii.com, my magical kitchen. I've got some gift boxes, and if you're looking for easy gift ideas for this upcoming holiday gifting season, you can go to kitchenwitchhawaii.com and click on the Aloha holiday gift boxes, and they're free shipping. And I infuse every single one of my products with the same love and healing and just happy frequencies that I do when I'm cooking my food, when I'm making my soaps. And there's different intentions. If it's a healing soap like my turmeric soap, then I'm infusing a healing vibration. I'm asking my guides and my teachers to work through me and put it in the soap so that when every use, you know, you're getting that frequency and that vibration. And I do the same with my candles, and Kate makes candles. We do the same thing. I have lotions and salt scrubs and room sprays and all kinds of fun stuff. So if you're looking for an easy gifting idea, go to kitchenwitchhawaii.com, and all orders are going to go out by December 10th because I'm taking a small vacation. My delayed honeymoon. My husband and I are going to Scotland and Ireland for a couple weeks. So everything will get shipped out after we get back.
I love that, Marie. I wanted to ask you, first of all, I love your products. I'm not just saying that because you're my soul sister. I use them every day. Dahlia and I don't go anywhere without our ruby slippers now. Your ruby slippers lip balm, we actually did the glimmer magic, and that is our confidence, our protection, and our joy for the day. So
I,
her and I both, we both put that on. And
oh,
also, Marie, I wanted to ask because I can't believe I've never asked you. So each product that you make, while we're on the kitchen magic subject, where do you get your inspiration for each item? Is it just as you need it and then you decide to make it? Or how did you come up with like the fireman's soap, which is one
mm.
of my favorites, your orange? I just love those.
I get inspired. I get a download. And some of it is, I kind of want a product like this, but then I'll open myself up and I'll ask my guides and teachers help me create a recipe that is going to be the vibration that everybody needs, at least to those people who get it. The fireman's soap, though, because my husband is a firefighter. I was a firefighter years ago. And while I was working EMS, I was at the Waikiki fire station, and the guys there were so great to us. But when they have a few minutes in the evening time, they would sit out and have cigars. They would all sit out and just talk story and have cigars. And I loved that because that was a very busy station. So for them to get a few minutes to themselves after dinner and do that self-love and self-care for themselves, I loved that. So I wanted to create a soap in honor of all of our firefighters. So I thought, well, charcoal, of course, because firefighters, that was like the little kind of humorous, but very true and a very real detoxification ingredient. So there's activated charcoal in it. And then I wanted to embody this like cigar, that a lot of the guys do that, not just at the Waikiki fire station, but that's something that they do. So I thought I want like kind of a smoky bourbon, because I thought, well, if they weren't at work, what else would they be doing? They might have a little glass of scotch, whiskey, bourbon, something like that. And then it just seemed kind of natural to put some blood orange essential oil in there, just like a citrusy. It just seemed like a very masculine blend. And I'm so happy to make that. And I'm really happy that the guys like it. So that one actually came just inspired by watching them. And my all of my orange blossom products come from my great grandmother. When
Oh,
yeah, my mom passed away in 1996. I was very young, and my great grandmother, who I was really close to, she passed away 3 days before my mom.
mm,
And because I was so involved with my mom, taking care of her at home, I didn't have the bandwidth to even go say goodbye to my granny, and she was so special to us. And on the day she passed, I didn't even know she had passed until later, But on the day she passed, 3 days before my mom passed, I smelled orange blossoms everywhere. I just was like, where
wow.
is this coming from? And that smell to me was always so magical. But I realized that that was her. So that's just sort of giving honor to all of our great grandmothers
I
who
love
passed
that.
on.
That's my favorite, Marie. Your
Mhm.
orange blossom is my
Oh,
favorite. I love that one. I love them all, but the rose and the orange blossom, those are, I love it. And actually, the orange blossom, everyone in the house uses that because it's kind of like gender neutral smelling. So everyone uses that one.
yeah, it took me a while to find a really good, and I use phthalate free fragrances when I'm not using essential oils, and the phthalates in some of the fragrances. And I hope that as an industry, everybody's kind of moving to the non-hormone disrupting scents and fragrances. So that's what I use.
I love it. I love that. I couldn't believe I didn't ask you that before. I know you mentioned about the fireman's soap, but I just love that. It's like you were like received inspiration. You almost like wrote a story. Like you created something so beautiful, and you can feel it when you hold it. It's like beautiful, and you can just feel the magic in it. And it even has like a sparkle to it, almost like in the crack, doesn't it? Is that the gold in the middle?
Sometimes I do that with my soaps. Yeah, just to get a little bit more magical, I'll layer some eco glitter so it's perfectly safe for the environment and yourself, but you see a little sparkle and I think it's magical. So I
I
like
love it. So
that.
yeah, definitely those holiday baskets. I'm going to get some for one for myself. It's it's self-care November. We've been talking about it. And then also as a gift.
Yeah, and I just want to extend a discount code here for anybody who purchases one here. I'm going to give you a code that's going to give you 15% off. It's podcast 2024.
Love
So
it.
podcast 2024 in the discount code, and that'll get you 15% off your entire order.
Awesome. I love it. Our next topic is about embracing gratitude and creating our own traditions. We thought that this was really important to talk about because everything's changing so much where, everything is so different than it was even, 30 years ago. So, as the month draws to a close, we're going to talk about gratitude, but not just any gratitude, the kind that celebrates chosen family, soul friends, and your sacred journey. Thanksgiving may be a complicated holiday, but redefining it is entirely in your hands. Create new traditions that lift your spirit. Host a Friendsgiving, which is really common now. Bless your bread and raise a toast to what you're thankful for. Marie's gratitude salad with roasted squash, cranberries, and walnuts is a perfect symbol of grounding and abundance. And again, we're going to share this on our social media page. It should already be there now if you're listening. And you can add a gratitude toast to your meal to tune your entire circle into the vibration of love and gratitude. And just imagine everyone tuning in at the same time with people that are your chosen family. Imagine how powerful that is to set intentions and to talk about what you're grateful for. The vibration, just what it would do for the vibration of your space. So we're going to list 5 ways to celebrate gratitude, self-love, and self-care in meaningful ways as the month draws to a close, focusing on chosen family, personal traditions, and nourishing connections beyond Thanksgiving. So the first one, of course, Friendsgiving feast and gratitude ritual. Host a Friendsgiving with your chosen family or friends. Start by blessing the meal together, whether you bless Marie's gratitude salad or another dish symbolizing abundance and connection, or any dish that's for, Thanksgiving traditional dish. Raise a toast to where everyone shares something that they're thankful for, creating a heartfelt space to express gratitude and deepen bonds.
I love that. You can do a solo gratitude ritual with your comfort food, your holiday feast, whether it's Thanksgiving or Christmas. I always did a Friendsgiving with my wayward friends who didn't have family nearby because I didn't have family nearby. And, your friends become like Kate said, your chosen family. And it was always really fun to have everybody helping in the kitchen, which I'll admit was always a challenge for me, and a welcome challenge because I needed to get a little better about releasing some of the the control freak in me. If you are celebrating solo too, sometimes there's nobody around, and that's okay too. You have enough just within yourself, and you can make your own comfort meal and set aside a moment for some quiet reflection. Light a candle, take a few deep breaths, and list aloud or maybe in your journal what you're grateful for this year, big or small. And consider offering a toast to yourself and your departed loved ones for everything that you've navigated and achieved so far this year.
I love that.
And one thing I wanted to say was if you are having friends over, this is kind of a cute tradition is, gather your soul friends, your chosen family, and create a thank you jar. Throughout the gathering, have some paper and writing implements near the jar and have everybody write notes of appreciation for each other, for themselves, for you, specific moments you've shared, or even great affirmations that they want to share. And at the end, each person gets to take their collection of gratitude notes home as a reminder of their value and cherished relationships. And I want to take the opportunity to plug this little love jar. You can find her on Instagram, Little Love Jar. And this was one of the sweetest gifts I ever got. My cousin Kristen contacted Little Love Jar on Instagram. And what it is you have all, well, like if I was doing it for Kate, I would contact all her friends, via Facebook Messenger or get in touch with her husband and let him know what I'm doing, this surprise. And everybody sends in a little thing that they love about you or something nice that they'd like to say. And they all come in this little jar in a cute bag, and these are all notes of love that you get to keep, that people wrote about you. And I love that. And with this being the giving season, go to Little Love Jar and make that one of your gifts. I tell you, Corinne is amazing. It's a great idea. And you get to keep all these thoughts in written form forever.
I love that. I've never seen that before. I'm going to go follow her. Actually, I think I do follow her. I do. But so I'm going to have to check that out.
Yeah.
That's a great gift. And you could also have a DIY self-love spa day. You can turn gratitude inward by creating a self-care day with nurturing rituals like face mask, a relaxing bath, special tea blend infused with your intention. As you pamper yourself, you can reflect on your journey and offer thanks to your body and soul for carrying you through. It's a reminder that you are worthy of love and care, even outside of traditional holiday celebrations. You can find Marie's bath salts, body scrubs, candles, lotions, and handmade soaps at kitchenwitchhawaii.com.
Wow,
That
more shameless
great.
plugs.
Yeah, well, if I'm having a spa day, that's my go-to products. I love them. Your salts are amazing. Next, you can go for a nature gratitude walk with a grounding intention. Invite friends or take yourself on a mindful nature walk. Collect fallen leaves, stones, or any small tokens that represent moments of things that you're thankful for. Back home, create a gratitude altar with these items, setting an intention to stay grounded and in appreciation moving forward. This ritual can be a tangible way to express and visualize your gratitude while staying connected to nature's rhythms. That would be really fun to do with a group of friends, to pick something up that signifies what you're grateful for, especially in nature. That makes it really fun. Reclaiming gratitude in this way helps transform the end of the month into a celebration of joy, chosen family, and self-love, all while letting go of any complicated feelings associated with traditional Thanksgiving, because not everyone celebrates Thanksgiving, so we wanted to add that in. We're going to end this episode here. Thank you so much for listening. Please like, subscribe, and stay tuned for our next episode. If you have any questions or topics you would like to hear Marie and I discuss, please comment below, send us a message, or reach out to us on Instagram. We like to close each episode with a moment of mindfulness. Take a deep breath and think about what you're grateful for today. We're now going to bless everything that you're grateful for and let your higher self and guides know that you are open for even more blessings. We bid you farewell until we meet again. Merry meet, merry part, and merry meet again. We hope your day is filled with love, happiness, undeniable signs, and mindful magic. You can check out Marie's handmade candles, soaps, lotions, and more at kitchenwitchhawaii.com, and you can follow her on Instagram. You can book an angel reading with me, check out my books, and sign up for our angel magic community at katewhitneyofficial.com. And be sure to follow Mindful Magic on YouTube at Mindful Magic Channel. We are also on Facebook and Instagram.